Good morning, boys and girls. So, I'm letting you know that today we are still reading from Around the World with Kate and Mac. Today we're actually not visiting a certain or specific country. Today we're going to talk about languages. Some languages are in places where people aren't allowed to talk about Jesus. And if you believe in Jesus, you might have to keep it a secret. You might have to go to church in someone's house or underground bunker or barn, somewhere where nobody knows you're there. Maybe some don't want Bible translation to happen in their country. When we talk about these languages, we have to use pseudonyms. Now, Kate says, have you ever seen a language that doesn't have a name? Maybe people just call it by a letter, like language X. Or maybe they use a fake name. A fake name is called a pseudonym. Pseudonym, but it starts with a P. So it makes no sense, right? But take it from me. That's what it's. The P is silent. So we use these fake names for these people, for these languages, so we can tell their stories and not say who they are or where they live. There are missionaries who are in Muslim countries or different communist countries, and their lives are in danger because they are spreading the word of Jesus Christ. And if they are caught with a Bible or in their possession, or if they are preaching about Jesus, they can be imprisoned. They can be put in prison. They can be, sometimes they're persecuted, tortured. It can just be a dangerous life. And so they are working behind the scenes or in disguise, trying to translate the Bible into these languages where the government doesn't want them. But they have a desire for Jesus to be known in such a way that they do not regard their lives as important as getting the message to people about Jesus Christ. So these fake names or pseudonyms can be used. The next time you see a language with a pseudonym like language X, you can pray for the people. Pray for the missionaries who are working there, and pray that people would be excited about the Bible being translated into their language. Pray that they would want to read it and learn about Jesus. That way, they can know how much he loves them. Now we'll look at this map. Okay. So on this map, there are, in these regions here, areas of the world who do not want Christianity to come to their countries. A lot of Muslim countries, Iran, Iraq, there's Pakistan, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia. So some of these countries do not want Jesus Christ to be made known, and they can make it a crime to own Bibles or to be Christians. In China, the communist regime doesn't necessarily want Christianity preached. My sister-in-law's sister is in Japan. In Japan, there's very little Christianity. It's less than 5% of the whole population even knows about Jesus Christ. So in these countries where Jesus is not known and the Bible is not known, missionaries are going in, they're learning the languages, and they are translating the Bible into those languages. So these people who have never even heard of Jesus Christ can learn about Jesus. And sometimes they have to go in under pseudonyms. And the language has to be a fake name as well. So we can't call their names, but we can pray for them as a whole. Even though we can't pray for them personally, because if their names were known, then they could be pulled out or persecuted or put in prison. So you are very blessed to live in a country where you can go to church, where you can read the Bible in public, where you can actually pray in public. Those are our religious freedoms, and they are very sacred and should be protected, because a lot of places in the world you do not have the freedom to worship or pray to Jesus or read his word. It is a crime. And a lot of people have lost their lives so that people in those countries can have the Bible in their own language. All right, so today, so we don't really have a lot to, a certain place to tell you about, I found a book. Animal poetry, yay! So we had left off, I think donkey, maybe. So I'm looking at look at that picture. It says, donkey, donkey, old and gray, open your mouth and gently bray, lift your ears and blow your horn to wake the world this sleepy morn. It's a nursery rhyme. It's so funny, sticking out his tongue. And then here we have visiting an old friend. Ebony, cobalt, frosted gold, gazing at this never gets old. Ruby, chestnut, and daffodil, splashes of color on a toucan's bill. So there you go. That's a bird, and it's a toucan. And look at those colors. And they're real colors. God made him that colorful. He is beautiful. Let's see if we can read a couple more. Oh, can you even see? Now we're going to start reading. There you go. We're going to start reading about animals that are quiet. An owl, when he's coming in hunting for prey, God has made it so that you cannot hear him coming. You cannot hear when his wings, they don't flap. He just glides in. You can't hear them. All right, how about this one? Bunny rabbit. A rabbit bit a little bit, an itty bitty little bit of beet. Then bit by bit he bit because he liked the taste of it. But when he bit a wee bit more, it was more bitter than before. This beet is bitter, Rabbit cried. I feel a bit unwell inside. But when he bit another bite, that bit of beet seemed quite all right. Besides, when all is said and done, better bitter beet than none. Mary Ann Hoberman. And then the last one we'll read today. Look at the cute little duckies. 4 ducks on a pond, a grass bank beyond, a blue sky of spring, white clouds on the wing. What a little thing to remember for years, to remember with tears. By William Allingham. And so we will share more of these the next time I see you. Bye-bye.